Okay, this one will make your head spin. This is a crazy approach. What we're doing, show only the last word or number from a text string. 1, 2, 3. All we want to see is 3. How are we going to do this? What we're going to do, you see these spaces here? We're going to put 90 spaces in there. Then we're going to have right keep only the first 90. Then we're going to have trim, just get rid of everything else. What do I mean by that? Right, if we have, 270 spaces, 273 spaces, we're only going to keep the last 90. Why? Because that's what right does. Right starts from right to left. Let me show you internally. Here's our text and the number of characters. You know this is the number of characters we're going to keep. Text is the substitute deal. What does substitute do? It's going to go in B5, and what's the old text? It's this space, our new text. Repeat space 90 times. So let me show you how this thing works. This is the formula we just inputted. We have trim right. There's the final outcome. Here, what we're doing is we're going to look internally. We're going to look at substitute. We're substituting 1, 2, 3, and then we have 3 spaces. And then theoretically, this is 90. We're replacing the spaces with blank cells. If we look, those blanks, there's supposed to be 90 blanks here, 90 blanks. If we look at this thing, right, this is just a visual. There's the outcome, 1, 2, 3, and that's not what we want. We have trim. This is what it looks like. Trim, once we take into account right is going to throw this out. It's going to say this is the result of right. It's going to go 3 and then a bunch of zeros. And then trim comes in and just takes out all, not the zeros, those are blanks, and then it just takes out all of this space here, leaving us with 3. I know your head is going, what? But, applaud your creativity here. This is creative. This took some thinking. Work it out, okay? Just think, right, I need number 3. You're going to use right. And this number, 90, arbitrary. You can use whatever number you want. Make sure it's longer than whatever string you're working with. For example, this is a pretty long string. How many characters is that? It's less than 90. But if this string is longer than 90, well, your deal is going to blow up. Here, this is just a headache times 100. In short, are we not doing the same thing? Are we not doing this substituting? We're going to be adding and subtracting. We're going to substitute, but we have this len minus len thing. We're going to take a full number here. We're going to substitute here text, old text, new text. We have find. We're using find here and find text within text. How do we do that? Well, the len, we've done this len thing a number of times. We're just going to count. We're going to count this total string. Then we're going to substitute blanks with this asterisk. Then we're going to use the mid function to get rid of all that stuff and leave us with 3. We have this plus 1 and 90 and what have you. I'm going to leave this to you. Here's what it looks like. You can break this thing down, and I would suggest that you start all the way over here. And keep in mind, in the end, look at mid. We have a text, our start number. See that start number? That's what we're trying to find. Our number of characters is 90. Same as over here. We're going to keep 90, and then let's look in this internally, all right? We have mid. Our ultimate goal is to find text, our start number, and then our number of characters. Take a look here, and ultimately, B5, we're going to start at the 5th character. And then we're going to, number of characters is going to keep 90. How many characters are in here? Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember the spaces? And then we're going to keep 90. Going right to left, we're going to keep 90 characters, starting at the 5th character. What's the 5th character? 1, 2, 3. Well, it's number 3. 90 is just an arbitrary number, leaving what? Only one number. So the key thing here is going in here, stripping this thing apart in order to get this number. And again, I'm going to leave that up to you. Here is example 1, the anatomy. Read it. And then here is the second. And keep in mind, why would you go to this complexity when you can do the exact same thing in this first example? This one is overkill. Provides the same answer. Over here, you can read the narrative if necessary. But yeah, I'm going to leave you to do this homework here. And if you run into a snag, start here and break it down piece by piece. Brad Williams, Excel Prime, Williams out.